Here is the BOQ that we have received from the client in Excel sheet, as you see. 2 pages. The first has the excavation and the second has the metalworks. This is the bill of quantities for our project. The wastewater treatment works. The client sent it as an Excel sheet. It is supposed that we would import it into Candy program, price its items, and extract the reports, and submit the final tender to the client as a priced BOQ. Okay, now let us see how to import the bill of quantities into Candy. Let us get back to Candy. Where are we now? Which project? Candy demonstration job 2008. And we wanted to go to our job, which is the wastewater treatment works. So what should we do? Yes, press on Candy icon to open the job manager, then choose our job wastewater treatment works and make sure you are inside your job by confirming that you see its name on the title bar. So now we are inside the job and we need to insert our bill. Press on bill prep menu. A pop-up window appears. Whenever you start a new job, this window, new estimate setup, will appear automatically. In this window and in the first tab, standard estimate, it asks a very important questions in the form of a checkbox, master selection. Candy want to know, do you have a master job? So what is a master? A master is simply a previous job or a project that you had before in Candy, and you think it will help you if you use while you are estimating your current new job, or you would need to the resources you have used in the job while you are working in your new project. Of course, up till now, we do not have any previous job. So please make sure to leave this box unchecked and then press on OK to set up a new estimation. Again, we go to the bill prep menu and we choose bill importing option. A document appears. And this is the first document we will deal with, 5.2 bill importing basic. While we are going through this tutorial, I will mention the Candy software's rules. The first rule we have, Candy is one sheet of Excel only. So imagine an Excel sheet. This is our BOQ and there is only one worksheet, not multiple ones as we have in Excel worksheet workbook file. So if you have 50 worksheets contains items in an Excel workbook file, in Candy you will have all the items in the 50 worksheets in one and only one sheet. Yes, you can divide this sheet in Candy into separate pages, but at the end it is only one sheet. Also, in this sheet of Candy, you are only allowed to add rows and not columns. All the columns you will need and more are all available in Candy with their own formulas. So imagine a sheet of Excel with many columns that you do not need at the moment while you are working now, but you might need later. What you will do while you are using Excel? Simply, you will select them and hide them, right? Then whenever you need any one of them, you will unhide it and hide the ones you do not need right now, right? In Candy, they make things easier. They have created what they called documents. For example, when you are doing your estimation, since it is only one Excel sheet with many columns, you only need the columns item number, description, unit, quantity, price, and the amount, right? Yes. Candy then includes only those columns you need in one document and gives them a specific name. So when you need that, you open this document. When you want to work with a markup column, you will find that Candy have another document with another name and contains only the columns you would need when you are working with markup in your bill, and so on. You will always find a document contains the columns you need, and it is flexible. You can create your own document. You can add or delete columns from them, delete them if you do not need the documents anymore. I will teach you all that later, but now we need to import the bill from the Excel sheet. So what columns we would need? Candy creates this document with the columns you will need in this process. As you can see, item number, bill description, unit, bill quantity, and page number. So to sum up, even though our BOQ is only one large Excel sheet, it is easier to deal with as the Candy have created documents for each process you need. That means that the document is a small view or a zoom in on a specific part of this big sheet. You can delete any of those documents, edit them by adding or removing columns, rename them, or even create your own new document with new columns you need. Again, this is the first rule of Candy. Do not think that these documents are separated because they have different names. They are only a specific selection from the large number of columns available in Candy to make things easier for you. So if you close this document and open a new one, you will find all rows you have imported or added to the BOQ, but with different columns. The documents are also categorized within Candy by number for more ease, but you can easily delete them. So the documents you are dealing with right now, Candy gives it a number and a name. 5.2 bill importing basic. So what is inside this document? First column is the level, L. Do you remember? We mentioned that before. Then the item number in the second column, bill description in the third column, the unit in the fourth, and the bill quantity in the fifth. You only need those for importing or creating a new bill, which is why this document only has these columns only. It also added the page number column to help you divide your BOQ into pages. How do we import our BOQ into this document? We have many methods. The first method, you can write the bill items as any regular Excel sheet. Write down. The second method is that you go to your Excel sheet and select the items you want, copy them, and paste them in this document. The third method, which we will try together now, is that you go to the tools menu inside your document. Be sure that you use the menu of the document, not Candy system menu in the top. And choose import bill, then import bill from a file. Browse to the file you got from the client. Candy can read from Excel and CSV files. For our project, we select wastewater treatment works Excel sheet and press on open. Whatever method you choose from the three methods, you will reach to this screen, which asks you which columns from Excel sheet you want to import and which columns in Candy you want to receive these data. On the left side, you will find a list of all the columns in the Candy where you can import data into. On the right side of the screen, you will see the columns that is in the Excel sheet. Above this section, you will find an arrow pointing to the selected column of Excel sheet. Notice that on top of each column there is a title ignore, which means do not insert this column into my document. So if I choose continue right now, the document will be empty since all the columns are ignored. Now let us look at our Excel sheet columns. The first column contains the item's number. So from the list on the left side of the screen, pick the item number from the available columns and press on the green arrow next to the list. Let's zoom in. When I pick the item number and press the green arrow, you can see on top of the column the title has changed, which means take this whole column and insert it into the item number column in Candy. Let us say that you have made a mistake and chosen the wrong choice and you want to go back. In this case, press on the column again, so the gray arrow is on top of it, and then press the red arrow next to the list and you will see your selection erased and the column again has ignored as a title. So let's insert the columns we want into our document. The first column is our item number. The second column in the sheet is the description. You can either select and press the green arrow or double click on the description from the column list. You can see the gray arrow move automatically to the next column when you make a selection. So we double click on the unit, then double click on the bill quantity, so we end up with the columns we want in our document. There is also an option at the bottom of the screen, ignore the first lines. Here you put the number of lines you want to be ignored from the top of your columns in the Excel sheet. If, for example, you have other things written in the first lines in Excel sheet, like the project name, for example, you specify the number of columns you do not want to include while you are importing your data from Excel. But in our example, we have none. So now we are done with the selection of columns and we can now click continue. A new window appears with a report of importing status. It tells you how many items imported, how many lines rejected, how many heading imported, and how many pages and the hash total. What does the hash total means? The sum of quantities in the numeric quantity columns, and it has no meaning. This is only for you to make check by going back to the Excel sheet and sum all the quantities. It will give you the same number of to make sure that your work is the same as the Excel sheet. Going back to Candy, you can close the status report and you can see your bill document ready and in one page. As you can see, what was in Excel sheet is now in Candy. But when I looked closely, I found it is only one page, while in Excel it was 2 pages. So you must know that importing processes get all rows in one page. Then you must manually paging the bill if you want to. So how could we paginate the bill? There are many options for that. You can, for example, tell Candy to get every 5 items or 10 in one page, and the Candy will do it for you automatically. But if you want to paginate the bill exactly the same way the client had sent it to you, you must make it manually. You will find a column called new page number. Do you remember where was the start of the second page of the client in the Excel sheet? Here, starting at plots and miscellaneous metalworks. Look, this is the first line in the second page. To paginate our bill, you must go into 2 steps. The first step is to tell Candy the start of every new page. So in this cell, the one in the new page number column and in the first line of the second bill row, right click and choose set page break marks, the plus sign, and confirm with yes. You will find the plus sign appears in the cell. This is our first step. You have to go and insert a plus sign in the first row of every page. After you finish your first step, you go to the second step. You select the new page column, right click and choose paginate the bill. A pop-up screen appears. What does this dialog box says? It says, if you did not give me signs in the new page column, I will create a page for every 25 items. You can change the number 25 as you wish, from 1 till 99 items per page you can have. For example, if all you will need is to have 5 items per page, just go directly to the step, to this step, and put number 5 here and click OK. If we press OK now, you will find that Candy has paginated your bill into 2 pages as you see. If you did a mistake in the place of your plus sign and want to cancel and repaginate the bill, all you have to do is right click in the plus sign cell again and choose clear page break marks and confirm with yes. And again you should go to the second step and repaginate the bill. As you can see, the bill has become 1 page again. Let us get the second page again. That is the method. First you put plus sign, second use the paginate command. Do you remember the first rule of Candy? BOQ is only 1 sheet. The second rule is that Candy consider what you do as either a matter of appearance or a matter of content. Candy won't reject anything belongs to the appearance. You are the one who is responsible for them and their calculation and results. If you want, for example, group some items and sum their amount as they appear in the BOQ, that is all right for Candy, and will calculate what you want. Candy won't stop if you try to group and some items of, for example, concrete and the earthworks. That's up to you, and Candy will do it for you. But we normally sum groups of items that come in sections of BOQ. For example, we sum the items of earthwork and sum the items of concrete, sum the items of metalworks, and so on. Then we sum all the 3 sums to get the total BOQ. Or sum the items of building 1 and sum the items of building 2 and 3, and then sum them all up to get the sum of BOQ. Most of the time we want to do that as the items flow in the BOQ with their arrangement as the client sent. Candy will do whatever calculation in this type of calculation with no constraints. But if you try to violate any rule of calculations of the items in the type of content, it will stop you and send you a rejection message, as we would see later. As you can see, Candy did not warn you up till now. You imported rows, you divided the BOQ into pages. Do whatever you want, as it is the matter of appearance. One of the appearance matter is that you can divide your BOQ into levels. So what is levels? If you look at the BOQ that you received as a hard copy in papers from the client, you will find that the first page is the title of the project. In second page you will find another title, for example, earthworks. Under that title you will find another title, excavation, then some items of excavations. And under filling title there are some items of filling. Then in the next page a title of concrete works, and under it there are items, and so on. Most of the time while you are working in the BOQ, you want to get the sum of each of those titles, beside sum up to upper limit and the sum of all items in the project. For example, if we have this project with the title wastewater treatment works, Suppose we have two buildings in the BOQ. Under each building we have earthworks, and under earthworks we have excavation and filling, and then items under each. We have also concrete works, and under it you will find the plain concrete and the reinforced concrete, and we have finishing and so on. At the end you will find the items. I want to sum up, for example, building 1. I want to sum the values of excavation plus concrete plus finishing to get the amount value of building 1. To get the value of earthworks, you must sum the values of excavations and filling. To get the value of concrete works, you must sum plain concrete and reinforced concrete value, and so on. Candy allows you to get the amount of money that costs each group of items and sum up to go to the upper level until you reach the value of your project. So you can sum up excavation items to the title of excavation, and items of filling to the title of filling, then sum up excavation plus filling to get the earthworks value, and the same with concrete works. Earthworks plus concrete works plus finishing, you get the value of building 1. Summing up building 1 plus building 2, you get the value of the project. So is this a matter of appearance or content? A matter of appearance, because Candy does not know how items are arranged and what are those items. You are the one who know and want this arrangement and responsible for. So however you divide your BOQ into titles and subtitles, it is all up to you, and Candy won't reject what you do. So I can make the project title as head level 1. The building's titles are heads are level 2, earthworks, concrete, and finishes are level 3, excavation, filling, plain concrete, reinforced concrete are level 4. Then you will find the items after that. So items are summed up to level 4. Level 4 heads are summed up to level 3. Level 3 heads are summed up to level 2. Level 2 heads are summed up to level 1. That is the idea of levels in Candy, and we distinguish every level with its color that you have adjusted in setting. Do you remember? You have up to 9 levels. Let us go and try levels ahead in our BOQ. Let us try levels in our BOQ. As you can see, we have two titles, excavation and metalworks. Let us have the title of the project as level 1 and excavation metalworks as level 2. So excavation and metalworks sum up from level 2 to level 1. Let us do it in the comment. One of the Candy rules is that you do not have undo. You can redo, but you cannot redo what you have deleted, so take care. And it's better to always have a backup, as I will explain for you later in this course. So please take care not to delete line by mistake, because you won't get it back. Now select the excavation line, right click, select the excavation line, right click, and select insert. We added a line to write the title of the project. In column L means level, we write 1. Then we press tab button on keyboard to go to item column. Please take care, headers have no item number. Press tab again to reach the description column, and here write the project title, wastewater treatment works. Notice that the color you have chosen before for your level 1 headers appears here. Did you notice that while Candy is getting rows from your Excel sheet, Candy found rows like this one, clear site. It has item number, description, unit, and the quantity. So Candy knows it is an item and treat this row as an item. But while importing data, Candy noticed that some rows has only description. So Candy considered this row as comments, not an item. And you can see Candy colors those rows with green. And in level column, it has the letter small c, means it is only a comment. What I need now is to turn those comments into a header, level 2. How can I do that? So easy. Just override the C and write 2. As you can see, the color that you have chosen for level 2 is here now. Also, do that for the C in the line you want to convert to header for Metalworks. We have now excavation level 2 and Metalworks level 2. So they will sum up to level 1, the wastewater treatment works. Notice that we have another descriptions. You can keep or delete if you want to. You can also subdivide Metalworks to another 2 headers of levels 3, like that. So you can sum items in every level 3 first, then they will sum up to level 2. We want to do that here because it is so simple, BOQ. And as you can see, Candy let you do the levels as you want and will sum it up for you and won't reject what you do simply because it is a matter of appearance, as we said before. For me, I will delete the comments so the 5 items will be summed up in one header. Document Manager. We said before that in Candy we have many documents, and we said that a document is just a view of your BOQ, which is only one sheet, but with different columns we use in every document. In Candy, you can create the documents, modify the columns in each document, add or remove the columns, and rename or delete the document if you do not want. To organize the work with document, Candy has a document manager where you can reach, add, remove or modify any document. It is what we call Blue Book. You will find its icon in the left of the toolbar. Click to reach the estimating document manager. It contains all documents you might need during your estimating process. It groups documents into headings 1, 2, 3, bill pricing, rate and quantity comparisons, and so on. And under each heading you find the documents. You have all right to do anything you want. You can create headings or subheadings, delete headings that you do not want anymore, rename those headings with titles you like. Nearly the headings and the documents under them cover all the works you need while estimating. But you can have your own headings and documents. Let me show you an example. Let us choose the last headings, right click, select new, then new headings, and called it 6 Saeed Fawzy, my name. Under this headings, I can add documents. Clicking the button, new document. For example, I will choose from bill pricing group a standard bill of quantities document, and let me call it 6.1 Saeed test document, for example. And before I open, I can customize the columns inside. I select the document and press the customize button. This will open the change column layout dialog box. On right hand, you find all the columns that are in the document. The order of the columns from top to bottom represents the order in your document from left to right. So if open your document now, you will find the columns from left to right: level, item number, description, unit, bill quantity, and then you will find a double vertical line. If you want to add a double vertical line between any two columns, you click this button. If you need to add more columns to your document, you will find all columns available in Candy on the left side. The columns are grouped into headings. You open the heading, select the column that you want, and click the green arrow to add to your document. You can arrange the column as you want using the blue arrows up and down. Or you can remove column if you select and press the red arrow. For example, I want to form 4 rates, the gross rate. If I do not want, I press the red arrow. If I put it at the end and want it after unit, I can use the blue arrow up to get it after unit, or you can drag and drop in the place you want, and so on. After you are satisfied with your document, you click OK. If you open your document now, you will find the columns you have chosen in the same order. If you want to modify the document while you are working with, you can go to View menu and select Add and Remove Columns. Then that will lead you to the same Change Column Layout dialog box. Let us delete what we have done in our example, as we do not need. Let me delete this document, then delete headings.